All right, this morning we're going to learn how to increase a value. And we're talking specifically about a numeric value here. So what we want to do is we want to increment a value by a specific number. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the document habs, the collection habs, and we're going to look at some fields here. And one of the things that you'll notice is the best streak. Okay, so these are like habit streaks basically. And what I want to do is I want to update all of these best streaks plus 1. Okay, so 143 should be 144, this should be 123, this 122, 113 should be 114, etc. Okay, so how can we increase all these fields by 1? And keep in mind, when we wanted to update them by 5 or something, we could also do that. So we'll do db.habs, and then we'll do update. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to establish my where clause here. I'm going to say best streak. And in my where clause, I'm going to say greater than 0. Okay? The next, I'm going to actually do the increment here, and I'm going to pass in the increment operator, which is $INC, and the field that I'm going to increment is the best streak. Okay? So I'm going to increment it by 1. This is important. If I wanted to increment it by 5, I would put 5 here instead of 1. Okay? Now, as we discussed in a previous video on this playlist, we're going to specify multi-true. Note that if I only wanted to update certain fields, if I only wanted to update one document, then I would not specify multi to be true. And in this where clause, what I would do is I would specify the value. For instance, let's just suppose I wanted to update best streak 19, okay? I would type in best streak and then I would say equals 19, right? I wouldn't do the greater than 0. And then I would not specify multi to true. And that way it would hit this. Now, of course, if I had 2 documents, I would need to be more specific. And for those of you who are from T-SQL, that's very intuitive because, of course, we know that, if you don't specify your where clause, you'll update either more or less than you want. Okay, and as you can see, if we look at our values, we have an update on those values. You'll also notice that, I love this, the day so far is not been updated, but we were just doing a demonstration here of an update of one of those values. So it does update it. Again, if we wanted to update it by 5, we could do that as well. For instance, let's go back here. If I wanted to update it by 5 on each, then I would type in 5. Okay? So that's one of the ways in which we can increment values. That is a way that we can increment values, I should say, in MongoDB. So if you want to auto increment, especially all, make sure to specify multi to be true. If just 1, make sure that your where clause, which is the initial part of update, specifies that 1 document.